Okay, quick thumbs up, just a really discreet thumbs up if you are feeling more comfortable. Doesn't mean you've mastered it, but do you feel more comfortable with these concepts?
Oh yeah,
That is not discreet, Kyle.
I mastered
Oh, what? I raised my hand.
I said quick thumbs
Oh.
up if you feel more comfortable. Alright?
I mastered it, Mr. Kid.
Okay? Quick thumbs up if you just feel comfortable, because you don't feel more comfortable, you just feel the same level of comfort, but you're still feeling good.
Go ahead and push those.
But I mastered it.
So quick thumbs down if you're not feeling good about this at all. Okay, so I just have a bunch of people who don't want to respond. Cool. Thanks for the feedback.
Did I do number 3 on the board?
No.
Your feelings got shut down quick.
No. Just because I'm going to try to work through this quickly so we can get to a different practice. But I will ask which form we're going to use.
Vertex.
Vertex, right? So remember, point out or explain why you're using vertex form.
Because you're given
The vertex and y.
But when you give a y-intercept on this one?
You are given a y-intercept.
But it could be standard.
So maybe think about standard, but remember, am I ever going to ask you to start with standard?
Never start with standard form.
Standard is going to be a little bit harder to work with, so just use vertex form. And so f of x is my y, or the
Output.
oh wait, actually I guess I should do substitute in first. What's gonna, since I have the vertex, which values do I already know?
H
H and
A.
K, so you'll do A times x plus 4 squared plus
Squared.
3.
Plus 3, yep.
Any questions before I continue?
No more any questions?
We good so far?
Actually, no.
At least
What's up, Kyle?
What's it called? Say, like on a graph type thing, and it can be both either factor or vertex. Which one is easier to do?
Your choice.
Wow.
It's true.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, for f of x, put in 11.
Okay, remember, the f of x is my output,
so
which is
11.
11.
Yeah.
Equals
Equals A times 0 plus 4 squared plus 3.
Okay.
You got your 0 from the x, if you didn't know about it.
So I want to point out, like, we have an equation. How many variables do I have?
1.
Right? If you look right here, I only have a, right? So when you solve, yes, you're going to use your inverses to make your identities. Pay attention to that. But even before I start to use my inverses, what am I going to do?
Simplify.
I'm going to simplify. Simplify to make your life easy. That 11 is there. 0 plus 4 is?
60.
Oh,
4. And you can do that step together if you
Square
want.
plus 3.
But
11 equals 16.
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
Now you do minus 3 on both
Minus 3 on
sides.
both
Now you
sides.
back on
hold on. I want to pause and I want to point this out. I'm glad y'all are talking about it, but I do have more than just two students. So pause for a second, let others respond. But I do want to point out, don't forget, it's 3 minus 3 for what reason?
because they're not being
Create your
multiplied.
identity.
Because of the,
Listen to what Kyle said.
I didn't say nothing.
You
I
did.
said it.
You said what?
Create your identities.
Create the identity of a...
Oh, I said
Zero.
That, you did say that. I know you said
You
0.
were specific.
So I want to point out, you only said one thing. What else would I mean?
I don't know.
So remember, I need to solve for that A. So I'm trying to create what numbers around that A? 0 and 1. Right? So I created that additive identity. But when I'm multiplying, I want the multiplicative identity of 1. So I'm going to use either division by 16, or I'm trying to get y'all to remember that reciprocal is important. Either way, 16 divided by 16 is 1. Show that step, because A times 1 is just A, is equal to 1/2.
So your problem is f of x.
equals 1/2 x plus 4 squared plus 3.
Oh.
If I remember correctly for number 4, the answer was f of x equals 4 times
X plus
x
6
plus 6
squared minus 1.
Okay. Do I need to go over that one with anybody, or is that what we were seeing?
No, that's straight right there, Mr. King.
Good? Okay.
How you do that? Do that again.
What? This?
How you do that, dude?
What are you
Right.
talking
You put 3 fingers down.
That's what I'm saying. Alright. So here's what I want to look at.
What's talking to like that? I need some respect, Mr. Kelly.
Then earn it. Oh. So let's flip this over. Let's work on these three problems where you're given those three graphs and work together to write the equations for those three quadratic functions. We'll come back together in about 10 minutes to go over these. No, remember, this one is not a fraction. No, that's not a fraction. This is number 4. You see how it's a 4? And number 1, and it was, so it's a fraction on 2 and 3, but if you actually look at here for number 1, A was 1, right? So it doesn't have to be a fraction, but sometimes it becomes a fraction. So it just depends. You don't need to worry about memorizing whether it's a fraction or not. Just solve the equation and he'll tell you what A is. Okay?
Okay.
Stop stressing yourself out.
And number 1 right.
I don't know. Work on number 2 and, or help your group catch up, see if they agree.
I do, but I don't. Like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know this.
Oh, you don't know what's left.
So it'd be 2 and 0, right?
Well, what's it asking you to do, right? And
It'd be 2 and 0.
equation. Good job, guys.
And
So Omar, tell me,
3 on the other side.
what type of function is it?
0.
Oh, no.
Like then we have the equation.
Because remember, the first thing you need to do is identify the type of. No. Listen to my question again. What type of function is it?
I don't know. I was like,
Yo, what kind of functions do we have? Anthony, pause. What type of functions do we have?
0, 0.
Quadratic functions? What else? Linear or exponential? I know it says quadratic, but I literally asked you what type of function, and you didn't know how to respond to that. What type of function? Quadratic. What form did you use for this quadratic function? Why do you think you used factor?
Like, wherever it is inside of the. Where it
And you were originally thinking vertex form because you saw this vertex here maybe? But do you know exactly what that point is? So do we want to use vertex form?
It'd be 0. It'd be flipped.
Remember, factored form is just x-intercept. If you know your roots, you can do factored form. Okay?
32.
And so we need to know what our factored form is. So you can, by the way, you will probably want, this will help you
So it'd be
significantly,
0 to 0.
to get these pages out of the book and get these notes about the different features based on the different forms. Because there's 3 different quadratic equations. But don't forget, you got the videos on YouTube and also have the tutoring sessions. Like this afternoon, I'll be here at 11:45, okay? I've had probably 1 student a week. Well, do you know what A is yet?
Now you just do 0.
So if you don't know what A is, do you have the equation for this function?
So it's just like wherever it touches the corners of it?
So what do we need to figure out what A is? It's already graphed. What have you always needed in order to write the equation? You need another point. Do you see any clear points on that graph? Can you use that point or that point? Does it matter which point? Okay, so use one of those points. Yeah, you got lots of points you can use. Alright, so use your points to figure out what it is, just like you've been doing on the other side. Yeah, that's the first test. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, -3, -3. But it's touching. Intersect the point. Kylie, do you have any questions? Are you good? Okay, let me know if you have questions. Talk to your group if you have questions. Hey, by the way, guys, don't forget, like, if you ever want to, you can grab markers to write on the desk. You can use the whiteboards, and you can use the chalkboard. I'll erase the chalkboard. There's chalk on the windowsills. Do what you want to help you get ideas
I need to
out.
become a teacher, look, this year. So, even if I'm number 1,
Here, you can erase some of this so it's easier to write.
So this one is 1,
so look, y'all need to be listening. I'm not gonna explain it. You're gonna teach me. Okay.
There's no
So now we know.
Because I had
No, you're gonna be
it'd be
just like me.
plus
Yeah. You just have to wait for this part. But you can write underneath it for now. But that's all you do is you spread your water on here, and then you lightly.
Cause it shouldn't be negative, it's concave up. It's concave up, so it should be, or A should be positive. So look, listen. Right here is our first result, so we wanna use factor form. Factor form is F of X.
Well, what I will say is, if you show your work here first, it'll be easier for you to write a little bit smaller as you.
X.
You can also write on this.
You settle.
Okay, so like, on a graph like this,
X minus
can I just like, just by counting?
So boom, this is factor form.
Yes, but do you know what it
That's
is?
why I just.
Okay, so something to figure out what A is.
So this is good.
That's factor
It's a good
form.
start, now you're missing equal
Okay.
sign, which is fine.
So now, we already know it's 2 by innocence. So now we're just gonna go right here.
Stop saying
Anthony, can you lower your voice to your group, please?
Okay, so use that.
Like,
Now, hold on a second. You substitute
We
0
don't wanna hear
with
you.
Okay.
but what's your Y value?
What's the real plug in? Boom.
I know he ain't talking.
X
now-
value.
I know
Oh,
he ain't.
what's-
Yeah,
You
really.
substituted 0
So now,
here
all
for
we
X.
do is just,
You need to know what is my Y value.
so now we go over.
Close, not 12.
So that is -2.
That's wrong.
It's going down.
You got more than that, just 2 points.
The
Can
Y
you
value.
let me
You got more than that.
Okay, okay.
You might not go ahead and all your points.
So boom.
It's not.
It's 0.
You need to use your work.
It's
You
0.
you need to show your work.
I got a question.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
it's not. This is an X-intercept.
Hey, bring it down a little
Oh, my
bit.
bad, my bad.
Bring it down a little bit. Don't forget, they're also in a different group. You should be talking and working with
Okay,
your
I'm
group.
trying to work with my group.
Okay,
and
there you
she's trying to put it in.
Stay within y'all's groups. If you want to get up and show your work on the whiteboard, go for it, but
So these
okay,
are 2 like X-intercepts.
you're so close. No, that's right, I lied.
So now, I get another
Yeah. Now, you're missing an important number. I lied, I flipped it in my head. You're right, about it being 2.
I didn't even have to do that.
I know, I flipped it in my head, my bad.
Because no. He starts from right here, you put it up against 4, and then just get the 8. So it's
So the idea of doubling,
That's right.
that partially works. Be careful with that, but
It won't work all the time.
you're right. I don't think, I got you.
So
Okay.
Alright.
So, does anyone see the really important symbol that Destiny is missing in this final equation?
Give me vertex.
If you don't have that equals, you don't have that function, right? I would count that as like a minor detail or procedural error, conceptual error. So like, it would probably drop you down to either, it's kind of important, so maybe a 4.5 or maybe a 5 if everything else is defined wrong. So, it's still good, you just gotta be careful about that. So you showed me these points here, it might be a little bit better, this might be like 5.5, if you show R1 and R2 and make that clear connection over. Does that make sense? And then S and F of X or something like
So
that.
now, I do
Does that make sense? So like, that's all I might look for, is the final answer.
He said I could.
But that's all. That's
That's
like that next level step.
I know how to do it. Go out
So
there.
5.5 average, so to get those things, like,
Like,
you're
that's why
pretty
I said
good.
it. That'll be a secondary.
Worry about itself.
I'm coming, Eli.
because it's a negative, equals a negative, it's positive. So that right there.
It ain't, these don't
And then we're gonna erase this over here.
But that's not negative, that's -1 negative.
So then, and you do
Oh, buddy.
minus 3. Because it's positive.
Where's my?
And the equation is X minus R2.
Now we got your point.
And then, now, you just plug the point in. So, the point,
That's not -6.25, that's like -12.
what these numbers are?
That's the issue.
It's still gonna give me the same thing. I just did.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Negative.
Hey, keep your pants up.
That's why.
Have a seat.
2 times -3.
All right, thank you guys. Let's bring it back together. We just got a couple minutes. Hopefully we had, I know it sounds crazy for some of us who never thought we would do this before. I know Omar never did for sure. But maybe we had some fun talking these ideas out and help each other grow and learn. I need y'all to understand, everything I do, I know sometimes it's a little bit of a drag doing work and sometimes it's frustrating because we're doing new stuff that we're struggling with. But when you make it social, when you make it that discussion and you're helping each other grow and learn, it is designed to help you enjoy it more and build better understanding. So when I look up here, I see you were using this y-intercept here. Is that right, Anthony? To try to solve this?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. And so you substitute -12 in for the output.
Yes, sir.
And so what are you going to substitute in for the input?
Oh, you're going to
Zero.
0. Now, I got to ask, did anybody use any other points?
I have a
Sorry.
question, man.
So,
2,8, my bad.
close, not 2,8, 2,
Negative.
-8. Gotta be careful. Especially because Eli, I believe you wrote this point, right?
I got
You
negative-
did -8, -1.
Yeah.
And what's that supposed to be?
-1, -8.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Yes, ma'am?
Where did you get -3 from? Why wouldn't it be fine?
Cause you go over 3.
Because it's x minus R2. R2 is a positive 3. Right?
And you can change it to
Remember how it's always the opposite? So if it's a positive 3, it's x minus 3. You good with that?
Even if it's a negative.
Now, I will point out and remind you, this might be a thing that you want to keep in mind. I'm not going to write this equation to start. I'm going to write this equation, right? Because if you identify R2 as 3, when you substitute that in, you get x minus a -2. So the opposite is x plus 2. And then I get x minus a positive 3, or just x minus 3. So could you use any of these points?
Yes.
Very much so.
Oh,
And
I
no
can.
matter which point you use, what did we get for a?
2.
So f of x equals 2 times x plus 2 times.
X minus 3.
Now I want to pause and I do want to point out, Kenyon actually looked at this and he did identify and recognize, or at least was very close, that you can figure out what that vertex is. It's a 0.5, comma, -12.5. And I believe that, Kenyon, you were trying to use it with the factored form, but if you identify that vertex, could you use vertex form?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will start tomorrow with the understanding check.
No, let's do it in the class.
No.
And finish doing these graphs, cause I ain't good at that right now.
And that means that it sounds like we should go home and practice this a little bit.
I'm good.
Okay. So, really quickly, we do not have any new homework, but if you are missing daily practice assignments, you might want to get on that. Tomorrow, we're going to do our understanding check to start the day. And if we need more practice with that on Friday, we will. After the understanding check, we're going to work on 6.6, how does it grow? You need to make sure that you know those equations backwards and forwards. If you don't know those equations, it's hard to write the equation, it's hard to identify the key features. Make sure that you maybe look at Desmos, you look in the book at that lesson 4. Pretty much everything in lesson 4 from the book is fair game, except 4.4 because we never covered that. So, keep that in mind. Use the graphic organizers. Do we feel like we were productive and that we learned today?
I'm so smart.
Michaela, do we still need some more practice maybe? But did we learn and grow? Yes. The more you talk, the more you engage, the better you're going to grow and learn. So please keep that in mind and move through the rest of the semester like that. And it's more fun even when we get frustrated, right everyone? No, still not fun at all? All right, y'all have 20 seconds. You can go grab your phone, stand by the door. Don't open that door, but we'll get out of here soon. Thank you. Yeah, for those parentheses. Hey, really quickly, if you did write on the desk, please grab a Kleenex and wipe the desk off. That would just, make things a little bit nicer in class.